Let me see here. I guess we on. Hey, what's going on, party people? Now, welcome. If this is your first time here, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's definitely a pleasure having you here. I go by the name of L'Esprit. I am a spiritual healer, and technically, as a spiritual healer, what I do is that I pretty much help people to become in alignment with who they are. And it's pretty much the same idea of mind, body, and soul, meaning that you take care meaning that you in so many words you take care of your body as you take care of your health or your intellect as much as you take care of your body, and to have those two becoming in alignment, and now you're looking at the whole world, right, and how you relate to it. So I help you to have that alignment pretty much. Now, if you're coming back, you already know. You get you a plate. It's always a holy communion, man. So, you know what I'm saying. So, let's do it. Get your plate. Let's get started here. Now, now, if this is your first time here, as a spiritual healer, the tool that I use to that would help other people to see who they are and to understand and to heal themselves is spirituality. Now, with that being said, as part, I guess, of my routine now, you know what I'm saying, I always like to give you a proper understanding of what spirituality is. Because unfortunately, I felt like, spirituality, has been, described as something that's outside of us. But most importantly, it's like religion, or it's a belief system, or many belief systems. You know what I'm saying? I personally, those are all part of spirituality because it all comes from us. Us being the living mind, us being spirit. Everything we do comes out of us. Man created religion. It is us that feel like there's a higher power around us. In the occult, they say men need God and God needs men. Again, they're talking about that connection, that harmony between the physical body and your divinity and your physical life. Not necessarily physical life, but and it's like the relationship between the visible and the invisible. That perfect union. So as us being spirit, that's how it's being expressed in the body of flesh, but yet we're still requiring and talking about God shit. But anyway, that would be on a whole different level. But technically, spirituality is you, man. It's your regular life. Because the only thing the occult is doing, or the true spiritual masters, we delving into what you call your dark side. And the dark side, we're telling you, is the non-physical part of you. Because now we know that we are spirit, meaning we understand that we are more than our body. Then you think, you know what I'm saying, there's a certain way you do shit. You are more than just a physical self. Especially, when there's so many different books that when they talk about man, the complexity of man, we have the capacity that animals do not have, whatever the fuck it is. There's a certain ability that we have. There's certain things that's in us that now we need to be in touch with. That's what the occult is telling you. Well, that's something now. It's the non-physical part of you. Guess what? You have a conscious mind. Then you have a subconscious mind. You have a shadow self. What are we talking about when we're doing the shadow work? Do you see what I'm saying? What shadow are we talking about? Do you see what I'm saying? It's like there are different aspects of us, even in our body. You have your lower and your higher self. So all of these things, that's what the occult is teaching you. So therefore, they giving you a clear understanding of who you are. But for you to get that, you have to go in. That's why the occult, the hidden knowledge, you got to go in. And as you're going in, you got to be devoted. You know what I'm saying? That is the path less traveled. However the fuck you want to label it. That is your regular life, my nigga. That's you taking a shit. That's you waking up. In fact, when the occult tells you about healing your wounded child, well, guess what the fuck you trying to hold? I mean, you actually trying to heal. We're talking about those early hurt, like disappointments that you had. Oh, I wanted a bigger toys. Like my friends had a bigger toys than me. That kind of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Or if your mom used to whoop your ass, or if you got raped, whatever the fuck it is. And then that emotion as you're getting older, or, you refuse to address your fear. The Batman story. So therefore, when a lot of people, like in our society, you know what I'm saying, when niggas are talking about love make you weak, that's because they were hurt. They got disappointed. Can love pay my bills? Niggas are being in denial. What the fuck does love has to do with you paying your bills? Can water pay your bills? Can air pay your bills? So you're trying to minimize love because it doesn't have a monetary gain? What are you hiding? I can see it. You know what I'm saying? It's toxicity. And then we're you know what I'm saying, this shit is important, man. Like, and because now I could see things on a whole different level. At first, I was taking this work lightly. But then when I really look around, this is the wilderness, man. Like, it's it's the wilderness, man, for real. You know what I'm saying? It's like, a lot of people, like, there's no guidance. A lot of lost sheeps out there. That's facts. You have a lot of blind that are leading other blinds, that are leading other blinds. Then you have a whole society that's built that way. And that's why this shit is all fucking like, shit, it's destruction. That's why in a love like this, there's no love. It's led by fucking jealousy, envy, stupidity. There's no beauty in it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you look around you, it's like niggas are normalized motherfucking greed. It's like, that's the shit to be greedy, man. Then you call it business. You know what I'm saying? Oops. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Dave Chappelle was trying to get niggas to recognize. It's like, yo, I was 21 years old. I signed a motherfucking contract. I didn't know any better. Damn, nigga, can you give me a break? Nigga tell you, hey, man, it's a contract, baby. They legalize fucking you over. And a lot of people, I'm telling you, man, I'm pretty sure a lot of niggas like, hey, yeah, I mean, shit. I mean, but I would still get you, too. You still sign that shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know. Mm-hmm. Well, that's why niggas like that, too, we got to pay homage to them. Because now they coming out and helping other people. Do you see what I'm saying? To actually get it right. That's why a lot of early artists didn't get paid as much, but the younger ones, y'all got to pay homage, baby. They paved the way. You know what I mean? You got to respect the elders, man. Mm-hmm. That's why you got to understand your moves matter. Because what you do matter, baby. You know what I'm saying? What you do matter, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how you make a difference. Fuck everybody else. You got to put your work in, baby. What you do matter. It doesn't have to be big. It's all good, man. You working. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I thought somebody probably wanted to hear that. I was like, free game, motherfucker, free game. But anyway, tonight I wanted to touch on a little bit more, about a topic that I recorded last night, but Spirit took over the whole thing, right? So basically, I wanted to talk about the toxic masculinity. You know, again, like I always tell people, well, like let's just say, you know, relationship, right? It's a part of you because you are a spirit, but you have a higher calling. It's important for people to realize that because, and that's how even when you are in that relationship, you still open to God. But most importantly, when people are telling you you have to include God in everything that you do, that is such a fully loaded statement because God could be seen at anything. But most importantly is to have an open mind, to have an open heart. You see, a lot of people tell you that shit. Your true key to learning is your emotion. That's why you can't neglect that emotion, baby. It's not your intellect. Now your intellect, you need to have a clear intellect so you could process that information better. You want those two to respond like you want a clear emotion so you understand what's taking place emotionally. Now to bring that in the same verse or harmony with that clear understanding. Or you use your understanding, the intellect, to decipher it now. Oh, that's the masculine and the feminine energy. That's the physical and the non-physical. That's what in the Kabbalion they're telling you about the law of gender. But understand, just like they were saying, gender is not sex. Meaning, I'll give you a perfect example. In a gay couple, or let's just say a homosexual couple, meaning same sex, two fucking men, two women. What we see in this relationship, you see yet one of them is going to act like a girl and the other one has got to be the man. And that same exact thing takes place in a lesbian fucking relationship and a gay couple. That is the law of gender. This is showing you, telling you to maintain a sexual, any type of sexual anything. You got to have both. Now, some people would argue it's not really sex, it's the same sex. That's why you got to understand gender is not sex. Sex, as the Kabbalion, ooh, y'all niggas got to get into the fucking Kabbalion. That shit is public domain, niggas. It's on YouTube right now. The Kabbalion tells you sex is nothing but a manifestation of the law of gender. Like a gentleman such as myself, my sex is it's gender that has taken form. Then as a male, I got a dick. But within the person that I am, the male that I am, I still have feminine traits inside of me. Like when you look at the yin and the yang picture, they'll show you on the white side there's a little bit of dark, and on the black side there's a little bit of white. So the male side, the masculine, I have my creativity, I have my intuition, I have my emotions. Yes, motherfucker, I cry. Nigga, I cry. You know what I'm saying? I grow my hair. Those are feminine traits. I love music. Do you see what I'm saying? In my creative mode, it's shit, and I'm a divine feminine anyway. So I'm saying all of that to show you when it comes to gender, gender has nothing to do with sex. However, as the Kabbalion explained, sex at this point is a manifestation of gender. Then you'll see the same thing in the feminine energy. They embody that, but yet they still have the masculine energy in them too. You know what I'm saying? That's what you know what I'm saying. That's what you call in your modern women. Whatever the fuck. That's why a woman can actually do what you do. Of course, it's not gonna be as good as you because that's not her thing. You could do what she does, and same thing. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna out smart her in her at her on her own game. It's not gonna happen. But anyway, to get back to what I was talking about before, in terms of now I'm trying to show you, when you even in a gay relationship, that is a spiritual shit. Spirituality is all around you. Again, in referring to the law of gender, but most importantly, those are living souls. Those are spirit. And the spirit is expressing itself that way. And within that spirit, we could see gender. So what the Kabbalion tells you, I mean, is doing for you, just so your niggas know, when you look it up and check it out, it gives you those laws. Another way of looking at laws could be codes. You know what I'm saying? Some key understanding. Do you see what I'm saying? They cracking the door for you. They trying to open up the door by giving you a certain understanding. Again, that's why the Kabbalion is to help you to master this life. This shit, nigga. Listen to that shit for yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's self-mastery. Where are you gonna master this life? In here, nigga. A spiritual nigga is a better human being, nigga. It's an excellent, it's a divine human being, because now that human being is able to reflect divine qualities in him or her. Then you see that nigga, you said that nigga's beautiful, he's a good person. People love his soul. Hello. You know what I'm saying? This nigga's walking around with his fucking halo and, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, that's how I'm cruising down here, Dayton. I'm on my God shit. That's how you reactivate your DNA. Like, you become the Christ. You know what I'm saying? Again, you have to become that. Like I always tell people, there's no gain in talking about anything, bro. But when you're doing shit, that's where you make a difference. Do you see what I'm saying? That's why the haters, you know what I'm saying, all haters. You know what I'm saying? Niggas who are doing, they don't worry about niggas, man. Let them talk. You know what I'm saying? They talking, we working. I'm saying, I look better by the second, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Oop, I just look better. I just got better again. That's how it goes in my world. But anyway, to get back, so now you know what I'm saying, it's all connected. Once you understand your spirit, you understand what you're dealing with as a masculine energy, it's they complement one another. So what we see in what I call the toxic masculinity is that, in fact, I couldn't believe there was an article, and I swear to you, like, anyway, where they were describing the universe as a male energy. That alone is it's freaked me out. When I saw that title, I'm like, nigga, what? Oh no, that shit's suspicious. That's a little gayish too, you know what I'm saying? Because I understand mythology. Like, what the fuck are you trying to, you know what I'm saying? Because all of that plays. Listen, man, these niggas know what they're doing, man. They know how to do. Okay. That alone is gay, man. That's truly what gay is. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? A toxic masculinity, man. It's a gay motherfucker, man. And by gay, I'm not referring to like a homosexual, but I'm more referring to, like, you know what I'm saying, like, they don't fully embrace the feminine energy. Because what you're seeing in this patriarchal, it's not inclusive. Like, it's mostly testosterone. Like, nigga. You know what I'm saying? God damn. Fuck them hoes. Like, shit. Do you see what I'm saying? That's what when I'm listening to the whole alpha shit, these niggas, ain't no such shit as love for these niggas, man. Do you see what I'm saying? Again, this is all a patriarchal type of toxic masculinity. And unfortunately, it is out of that. What people are calling the modern women shit, that shit derives from that toxic masculinity. Because this is what a lot of, the feminine energy is not really telling you. It's not that they have a problem being who they are, but they're not acknowledged for who they are. That's truly what the problem is. You said it yourself. Well, maybe you didn't say it, but for this to be a patriarchal shit, meaning, they have to minimize the matriarch pretty much, right? So then at this point, what you have is now is women, the matriarch now, trying to looking to be as respected as men is. That's what that's the whole feminine shit. That's technically what the shit is. That's why it's not a feminist movement. Although it is done by women, but you trying to be big up, shout out to Brother Panic. Like, I love the way this nigga said that. You trying to be a better man. That's why you have your Oprahs. You know what I'm saying? Of course, she's a perfect depiction of that. And she couldn't have kids neither. Can you imagine that? Because she would feel weak. She would be weak. Because just like any other women, and I'm only saying weak because of the image that she's looking, she's projecting. Because what she's really saying, women are strong too. According to what? To this fucking toxic masculinity. First of all, there's no one stronger than the fucking other. They complement one another. Like, we're pretty much in a society that has battle between the sexes. That's why relationship is a game. Why would it should be. It is a game on a higher level, but that type of game, those are losing hands. You have niggas playing themselves who don't know who they are. Then you think you're playing somebody else, you don't know who you are. You throw a stone, that shit just drop on you. You think you're playing somebody else, yet you're playing yourself. Why would you? Why would you? I'm gonna let that one go. Like, you playing yourself, man. Out of fear, instead of going outside of your shell. That's why for me, I always say everybody always wanted to keep their guards down after they got hurt, until they got hurt. And that's the way it goes for everybody. Everybody will tell you the same shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to do this, then that happened. Okay. What do you do? That's where understanding, you have to understand, you have to love with a broken heart. What do you do? A kid who's learning how to walk, can you imagine if a kid's learning how to walk, it was crawling, and then now it falls and never got up? You learn how to walk by getting up, man. By keep getting up. That's how you learn how to walk. You fell, you try again, nigga. You fell again? Well, motherfucker, you try again. That's how you knew how to walk, nigga. Because you never stopped trying. So a lot of people now, if you're using that same analogy, after you got your little heart hurt, then you create that trunk wall. Meaning now you're getting other people to pay for your bullshit because you're dealing with that emotion yourself. And as a spiritual healer, that's, what I'm saying, that's the work I do. I help you. You know what I'm saying? I help you because you're hurting yourself. That's what they tell you. When you forgive somebody, you don't forgive that person for that person. You forgive them for you. Because whatever grudge you're holding is in you. Like, you never see a motherfucker that fucking trigger you, right? Every time you see him, it triggers you, but you're the one feeling triggered, not the motherfucker. Like me, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? You can get mad all you want. In fact, I'm enjoying this very much. Every second of it, nigga. Every second of it. So what am I truly saying here, guys? What am I truly talking about here, man? You gotta be you, baby. If you don't hear anything else, you just gotta be you. And that you is you becoming in alignment with yourself. That you is you following your talent, your passion, because all of these things, especially as the masculine energy, you have to follow your bliss. You got to know what your passion is. And we're not talking about because of money. No, because it gives you a direction. That's why you need to know what the fuck you love. That shit gets you out of the fucking house. Have a passion, nigga. And be passionate about that shit too. Now you growing, you acquiring a skill. If you're a fucking artist, if you're a musician, you know what I'm saying. There's a connection. You having a more connection within yourself. You could meditate. There's meditation in if you're creating whatever the fuck you're doing. Coming up with sound, like all of this shit. This is all like, that's why they say the artist, it recreates the art. Because the art already was in his mind. Now he's got to recreate it. So what you're seeing is not the creation. It's just, you know what I'm saying? It's just the aftermath, I guess. So again, now let's get back to, the whole feminine thing. Again, for me, that's why I can't just, because it's all connected. Because this means more to me if you can realize that you are spirit, because that's what the whole game is about. That's why you came here to do, man. You know what I'm saying? And anything you're not practicing, you're not being like. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, if Michael Jackson or Michael Jordan is your idol, right? Because like me, you know what I'm saying? Like Muhammad Ali was my nigga, You feel me? So I did a little bit of MMA, you know what I'm saying, back in them days, you know what I mean? So that used to be my nigga, you know what I'm saying? I got to be light on the feet. You know what I'm saying? That was because that was one of that nigga's thing. But what I'm trying to say is, not only I had to study the game tapes, but, you know what I'm saying, I could try to do what he did. And that's the only way you're going to become like him. I'm saying this to say, even in your Bible, dog, you know what I'm saying? If you talk about Jesus, you're not acting or being like Jesus, there's no benefit in you talking about Jesus, man. Obviously, we all know it. That's why we know what's going on in the fucking church. You have no transformation, no elevation. You know what I'm saying? It's just another intellectual masturbation. It's just another cult. If you want to talk about cult, that's a cult. A bunch of fucking, dummies following one another. You know what I'm saying? Whereas true knowledge, the words got to be made flesh. The mystery school, that whole, mystery idea in itself was the words being made flesh. You know what I'm saying? Because these niggas would not cast their pearls before swine. You know what I'm saying? That's when you start having wisdom. That's what wisdom is. You know what I'm saying? I was in my journey where, you know what I'm saying, I wanted to share everything with everybody. I still do. I get about all my shit, but I'm not here to, you know what I'm saying, whoever picks it up, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm working. You know what I'm saying? We're sewing out here, man. But not necessarily expecting you to get it. That's how I had to understand, I had to become, that's how you start taking a sit among the elders. That's when you don't cast your pearl before swine. That's when you understand what you're doing is you're holding the mirror of knowledge for niggas to reflect. Those who see sees. You know what I'm saying? You become the great shepherd. I'm just guiding you niggas. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? For you to find that light in you, man. But first you got to start fucking with you. Do you understand what I'm saying? You got to start fucking with you. Well, how do you start fucking with you? Do the shit that you like, nigga. Drink the shit that you love to drink. That's a start. Now, that's why you also got to watch out for your desires, too. That's when you need to have a better understanding, too. You also got to have discernment as well. That's when your desires and your intellect got to go together. That's how they complement each other. Now, you're like, okay, that looks like there's a lot of fucking benefit in it, but after we do the math, it's not worth it. So you understand there's greater pleasures, man. Do you see what I'm saying? You could see this is okay, but that could be better. Exactly. So that's what you do. You don't suppress your desires. You find something that's better than that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Let's just say you saw your husband, your friend's husband. You want to fuck him. That's a good desire. Relax, nigga. Then you gotta weigh that desire. Okay, it's okay. Feel that shit. Embrace it. You wanna fuck that nigga. Then you're like, okay, how about my friendship with that bitch? Is it worth it? This is just a lame shit to just let you know there are desires that's better than another, nigga. Like the benefits or the outcome is gonna be better. That's when you gotta use your fucking discernment. That's all it is. But you don't suppress your desires at all. So in the Catholic Church or with religion or the European-based spirituality, because we have been colonized, meaning we've been trained to think like them. We go to their school, We dress like them. We speak like them. In fact, when we find someone else who doesn't speak the way that they speak in accordance to, you know what I'm saying, the rules, then we say such and such is ghetto. He's ghetto. He doesn't pronounce his words. Whatever the fuck. Okay? And then you say, if so and so didn't go to college, you know what I'm saying? They're average. Whatever the fuck. So I'm just showing you, you know, they've been feeding you that. Don't worry, it's not just you. As your grandfather, that's your slave descendants, nigga. Okay? So us being colonized, so now our spirituality, that's why you'll see, you know, like the country as a whole, it has a gang mentality, meaning duality. There has to be opposites. They operate like this. It's being shown in their spirituality, meaning in the way they look at life. And everything else. In the government, you have Democrat, Republicans. You know what I'm saying? In the hood, because these niggas are being colonized, you have your Crips, you have your blood. We have a gang mentality, bro. Racism, it derives from having a gang mentality. My group is better than yours. You inferior to me. Duality. The constant fight. Now you're trying to tell these motherfuckers, well, I don't know, depending on who's talking, we're all human beings. You know what I'm saying? Then now you got to educate these niggas on how to be a regular person. You know what I'm saying? But again, anyway, I mean, you could look at it in so many different ways. But the bottom line is, it derives from duality. Duality. Out of that system, men and women are not equal. So women is being seen a certain way, and out of that system too, in that duality, the intellect rules over the emotion. Your desires are being suppressed. That's what you see, like the motherfucking a priest would not be married. They are giving you all that, they are speaking to you here. You know, like the nun, the way they dress up, no sex, because you know sexual things is devil, is evil, whatever the fuck. Because your body, the whole idea behind it, and that's why you'll see when you take it a little bit further, then now the material world is bullshit. That's why you have your Gnostic. Those are Christian niggas. I want you to understand the game, nigga. But the Gnostic that wasn't European or Europeanized, the Nicene. You know, those are the niggas you might want to fuck with if you're into the Gnostics. Anyway. Let's proceed. Right? So I'm showing you, basically, I'm exposing, you know, pretty much, I'm showing you where all of that shit stems from. It's a duality perspective. Then what do you have? It's competition. And you have a market that's full of competition. You know, it's competition, 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 competition. You always have the need to be better than somebody else. If not, well, hey, it all derives from that shit. Now, if you were to flip this, you start thinking in your African mind, which is having a deeper reality of what you're looking at, then you will understand, no, man, like, you know what I'm saying? No musician, there's no competition. I mean, if you sound the same, then there could be a competition. But if everybody's different, it's going to be just different vibes. Everybody's hot. If you go into a concert where everybody's hot, I mean, a performance could be better than another one, but if all of them is on point, nigga, it was just a hot concert. The fuck? And every band is supposed to be different because no one is, even twins are not the same, nigga. My dad was a twin. God damn it, these niggas were two opposites, nigga. Totally opposite. You know what I'm saying? My dad was the sweet talker. That other motherfucker, he was the live nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I have inherited both sides. You feel me? I know how to be live because that nigga used to be live. But my dad's also a smooth operator, though. You know what I'm saying? He does his shit in the low. Come on, man. I fuck with the ancestors, man. Come on, man. I chose them niggas. I fuck with them. Love is love, man. Aibo boo. Just on set your shit. Anyway. What the fuck was I talking about? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm getting in my bag, nigga. But anyway, now, so, shit. We were talking about so many different shit, man. The spirit always do that shit to me, man. It comes through and shit. But anyway, so now we're talking about, the toxic masculinity. It derives from duality and competition between, or minimizing the feminine energy. And that is the underlying structure of this culture because it derives from them. You're learning from them. You're thinking like them. Then with your spirituality, that's why these niggas, they have the new age. You think these niggas are doing shit for niggas? Nah. I mean, a lot of us could benefit from it. That's what Dr. Lila Africa used to tell you, you know what I'm saying? I'm not reading this nigga's book. It took me a minute to get that, though. But, I had to get to his level, too. Because, at first, that shit, sometimes, I know for me in the beginning, kind of sounded like very radical. In a way it is. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to the understanding. But now I didn't understand it is the understanding that he was talking about. And right now it is the understanding that I'm talking about with you. Once you understand the underlying structure, and that's where mythology comes in too, because mythology is giving you, you know what I'm saying, it's pretty much putting some seeds in you on how you should see reality. That's what the tale of fucking creation does for you. They tell you if you're Catholic, you know what I'm saying, or you know what I'm saying, being under the European shit, you'll know the Adam and Eve story, nigga. I mean, whether you agree with it or not. Like, for me, a nigga that came from Haiti, of course I gotta know about the Adam and Eve story, but I also know about Buki and Timalis. So I was able to look at things in different perspective. You know what I'm saying? And that's the true power of fucking mythology, nigga. Because when the spirit took me back to it, I knew I was missing a couple things. They're like, nigga, slow down. You know what I'm saying? Then when I started picking up on a certain shit, and then because I started learning about mythology too through Joseph Campbell. These motherfuckers, man. Listen. Alright, I'm gonna leave it there, man. Well, like, all these motherfuckers are racist motherfuckers, bro. But it's all good. They do what they do. We're gonna let them do what they do. You know what I'm saying? That's why we could see the shit in our way now. I'm able to come forth and breaking this shit down for you. So that's what the whole mythology is about. That's why mythology is important. Those symbols, they talking to you. What does that mean they talking to you? They are shifting you. They are shaping you. That's why, just like I was talking about, if you understand the story of Adam and Eve, look at the society. It's Adam and Eve, nigga. Women are taking the blames and all kinds of bullshit. Sex or not even talked about. It's a shame. You know what I'm saying? But niggas would show like would kill motherfuckers. That's regular. In fact, Bobby Hemmett, I think he because he never said anything about the culture. You know, because I know for me, I like. How can I say this? But anyway, he was talking about, sex magic. He was like, he talks about magic, motherfuckers eat that shit. When he started talking about sex, I was like, oh, no, 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 no. Now, what I was going to say is, I don't know if he ever weighed on that to break that part down, but for me, the way I've been looking at it, I could see where it stems from. That misunderstanding. Because that's why, and I came to understand too, like, that's why Dr. Lila Africa was telling you, yo, get out of that mentality. Get out of that mentality. Because it's going to also be reflected in your spirituality too. That's why the new age is nothing but the same shit as the motherfucking whatever the fuck. It's just a higher level of the bullshit. That's their understanding, their, you know what I'm saying, like the law of manifestation and all that shit. Then they give you the Gnostics, they showing you the battle that you gotta go through, like, you know what I'm saying, for you to be spiritual, you really gotta kill this body. That's suppressing your fucking body, your emotions, your sex and everything. Check out the movie Seven. Yo, I had the time to watch it, I'm like, oh my God. It's like everything they were revealing about the sense, they only look at the material world as just material. Like there's no spirit operating in it. That's why they have a dark and gloomy perspective. Even when they talk about gluttony, which is people who eat a lot, there's different factors in that, bro. And not just you love food, man. You could be, in fact, when they talk about bench eating, you know what that is? Because emotionally you feel in a certain way, then now you're using food to do it. Just like some people sometimes, you know what I'm saying, they go shopping. It's therapeutic. So it's not as physical as you think it is. That alone. What was the other thing they talk about? Greed. Seriously? It's not your material world that makes you greed, bro. That makes you a greedy motherfucker. No, that's not true. We are conditioned to think, to be greedy, nigga. Look at the culture. Everybody's what? Chasing the bag, nigga. The fuck? You are conditioned to think that way. This is mental. That's why you need to re-educate yourself. What the fuck? Even that shit is not even physical, nigga. In fact, that's why the Kabbalah even tells you, in material science, they're even showing you what you think is material is not even material. So that shit was just bullshit, bro. All the way through. Because it's based on one side. You can't see the bigger picture. You one-sided, dog. The same shit niggas are talking about ego. Your ego, 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 ego. Ego, ego. It's like the ultimate go-to word for quote-unquote spiritualists, man. Niggas can't see, oh, because of their ego. What? How about stupidity? Crazy. The people are perishing, man, due to fucking ignorance. Meaning they don't see, they don't understand. That's what the shit is. So now when we're talking about even the ego they're talking about, right? Like, it's a competitive market, isn't it? Isn't it not? Everything you're doing is very competitive. You got to be the best at everything, right? You're competing with everybody, teams, games, or all of that shit. What are we talking about? So if you're not a competitor, how do you survive in the world, in a competitive world? You are trained to be greedy, man. It's normal to chase the bag. Now, if a nigga ain't chasing no bag, that nigga's fucked up. Nigga, you okay? You ain't chasing no bag, bro. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get out of your mama's. You know what I'm saying? I'm with all that too. But I'm just showing you how one-sided it is. Again, I'm showing you the very foundation of the toxic masculinity. Because even what you're seeing when you even looking at, you know what I'm saying, the feminist movement, you know what I'm saying, what they're truly not telling you is that we are not acknowledged for what the fuck we do. Why the fuck would we want to do it? The problem with this bitches is that they don't understand that they're trying to be like niggas. They think because in their mind, they want to be appreciated. They want to be respected. Because what their mom did, the traditional bitch, was not being respected, dog. In their perspective. But again, and here's something else too. That's why when people tell me, okay, I told them, well, when you're talking about modern women, I get what you're saying. You're talking about in time stamps. But at the end of the day, women are women. The conversation we're having today, what you calling your traditional women, it wasn't that same conversation. The conversation was different. Of course, these bitches were different. Of course, the bitches was different, man. That's why every generation has to solve his problem, his own problem. Now, you could look at the other generation. The problem is going to be similar, but it's never going to be the same. In that tradition era, they had their challenges too that they had to deal with. Perhaps that could be the reason why it becomes this way too. You got to look at it from both sides, baby. This is history here. There's a chain of events. When we're talking about evolution, well, there's action that's taking place on top of actions, right? So when you're looking at, just like I always tell guys, right? I'm not the same man that my dad was around his time. Like, I'll give you a perfect, and I always use that fucking example. Like, I changed my son diapers. My dad didn't change my diaper. That didn't mean this motherfucker didn't love me. It was a different era. But they were being conditioned separately too. That's why every era has a different state of mind. So you as the all creator, you know what I'm saying? That's why, you know what I'm saying, when you're conscious, you will survive every fucking era. That's the key. That's why you got to become, because when you become conscious, now you could see through the veil. There's no fucking illusion. You understand what I'm saying to you? And that's how the truth sets you free. I'm helping y'all motherfuckers. I'm setting y'all motherfuckers free, man. But first, you have to understand where it all stems from. It's all mental. It's all spiritual. Spirituality has a much greater impact on your life. And that's what the occult is showing you. By telling you what? You change your mind, you change your life, you change your thoughts. And thoughts, you're not saying in just in creative thoughts, I was thinking about this, but your thoughts in general, your mind, your thinking, the way you view things, your perception, your conception. Like they say, which is true, your environment doesn't make you. If that was true, niggas, let's talk some shit. You also have a lot of niggas that came from the ghetto, man. That was fucking geniuses. You have niggas from the ghetto, man, you know what I'm saying? They weren't taking part of, you know what I'm saying, niggas in the projects, shooting niggas. You have you have the niggas who knew them other niggas who was probably playing ball, who probably was doing whatever the fuck they were doing, the fucking in and outs, that niggas, you know what I'm saying, they know of them, you know what I'm saying, they cool with everybody. They ain't getting no trouble. They going to college. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, your environment doesn't condition you, baby. It reveals who you are. Your environment reveals who the fuck you are. To be real. Because you have a whole lot of a lot of us, man. Yeah, we all came from the ghetto, baby. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not necessarily. Oh, I know for me, I can't really say the ghetto, but I would honestly say, you know, shit, I came from a dysfunctional family, nigga. Facts, nigga. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But that was the beauty of it too, because you know it was my stepping stone. They did their job. That's why you have to honor your mom and dad. You have to honor your ancestors. Because, you know, it's not, the lesson doesn't have to be taught like niggas got to give you like tough love too sometimes, man. For you to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, listen, as you got to get the lesson as long as you get the message. Because in life you can either win or you learn. And that's how you'll never get burned. Or even if you get burned, no, nigga, you learn. You know what I'm saying? So you're always winning. When you don't let pain fuck your life up. That's why you got to keep getting up. Keep getting up. Keep going, nigga. I know you. Keep going. It's okay. You're learning. Okay? So now that's why those pain has to be. That's why I always tell niggas, the remedy of the pain is in the pain. You had a fucked up relationship. What did you learn? What didn't? Because here's something else too. It's you. You are your relationship. That's why when you grow out of it, let's just say, you know, you may grow out of it. And I think that's the same shit that probably happened to fucking Omarion with that bitch. I think that nigga just grew out of certain shit. It's like, damn, man, bitch, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it happens. It happens. It happens. You know what I'm saying? But at one point, of course, the nigga was calling the bitch the queen and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But now, hey, queen, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing against you, baby. You keep doing your thizzle, but I'm out, yo. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm truly saying all of that to say and showing you, like, your relationship is you. So when you start, if you understand that, so you got to take it easy on yourself. Don't be too hard. I know. Yeah, he did what? Girl, I know. I know. But how are you going to fix you, though? So that way that shit doesn't happen again. Do you see what I'm saying? Or even you, my nigga, okay. Now, how are you going to make it better? What did you learn from this? Because when we talk about experience, That's what you have to, you know what I'm saying, to grow for something. It's when you went through that same experience again and like, nah, nigga, I smelled that before. I know exactly what that is, nigga. Okay, what? Then now you learn how to create healthy boundaries. And I'm saying you deserve the world, just not for me. But the world is yours. You feel me? Unless if you feel like I'm the world. Am I the world, baby? But god damn. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I ain't mad at you. You know what I'm saying? You deserve even that too. Just not for me. You know what I'm saying? You can say whatever you want. Just not for me. I gotta know that. Hey, you ain't doing nothing wrong, baby. Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm saying all of that to say, again, the relationship, like, you know, damn, it's like there's so many different ways I could go with that. It's already an hour. I wanted to get this close. But anyway, let me get back anyway to the toxic, because the underlying, the true thing that I really wanted to point out is where the toxic masculinity comes from. That kind of thinking. Do you see what I'm saying? And of course, as the evolution is taking place, you know, us men, like myself, you know, I remember I was 16, I got both of my ears pierced. I was on my pretty boy shit, nigga. That's some feminine shit. I wasn't looking to fuck niggas, none of that shit, but I wanted to look good. Well, that's a feminine shit. Like, my dad wouldn't be doing that shit. Like, what the fuck, nigga? You gonna put earring? Like, you gonna... And this nigga didn't even tell me shit. This is how much respect. Hey, well, shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Nigga shit. Like, this nigga, like, but his evolution, too, because he was into metaphysics. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, nigga, hey, that's what you do. I mean, shit, nigga. I know you. I was out here looking pretty, dog. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you see with your prince and all that shit, right? So, but unfortunately, you know, as that evolution is taking place, now when it comes to the feminine energy, you know, it wasn't so much the same due to that toxic masculinity. And again, we are in a society, we don't praise women, man. Niggas are talking about accomplishments and all that shit. So if we're talking about accomplishment and then women are left out, bro. That's why these niggas are being the feminists. That's why they want to be seen, but they're doing it the wrong way. In my opinion. I should say my humble opinion. Because if you want to show me how valuable you are, baby, talk to me about the house. I'm not saying you should only do the house. I'm not saying you can't get your money, baby. I ain't saying that at all. In fact, nigga, if you could get it, get it. But how do you also maintain your essence as a feminine energy? That's the key. Because just like I have my fucking earrings on, I'll have my long hair, I maintain my dick, nigga. I stay in my dick kingdom, nigga. So that would be some of the differences I see. You know, I've seen that man is able to overcome. I mean, it's taking the most out of it. And unfortunately for women now, you know, they have to compete. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you are in your feminine energy, let's just say you're getting money, you know what I'm saying? But yet, unfortunately now you tapping into your femininity, right? Then you want a man that can provide for you. That's what you're seeing in the whole fucking modern day shit niggas are talking about. That's why women don't want to date down. Why? Because you got money, which is good, and then now, right? You still need a man. But you're not thinking, okay, you don't know how to go in and out of your masculine and your feminine energy. That's where, in my opinion, it doesn't benefit women. That's what doesn't benefit you. It's like a maze or a trap. Once you get into that, it traps you. Because the way it's trapping you, I mean, it makes sense. That's why all women, it does make sense. You would not want to date down. Of course not. Because you're a fucking woman. What you're truly saying is you still need, you want a leader even though you have more money. That's why you need a guy that makes more money than you. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's where the problem is, because now you're not getting the money just to enjoy your masculinity and then still maintain your femininity. I mean you should, but then the trap is now as you're trying to maintain your femininity now, that's when now you need your leader. Now you need somebody who's making more money than you. And now somebody who's making more money than you now is not seeking for that. Your accomplishment doesn't mean that to him. That's the mismatch. That's where the miscommunication comes in. But hey, nigga, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Again, in that gay relationship, gender is there. You gotta have gender for a successful relationship. That's why in African spirituality, we honor all women. It's different. It's different ideas. We understand, I'll give you a perfect example. This is an African poem. Saying or quote. You know, you teach a man, you have an educated man. When you teach a woman, you have an educated generation. Because they're raising your kid. With that education that they have, that's why a lot of our boys are being fucking toxic. We're calling these niggas fuck boys, right? Better males and all that shit. Who's raising them? What kind of knowledge do these bitches have? No fucking knowledge. And how they're raising our boys? Yo, vice versa. How do you want it? It's right in front of you. But you don't see the bigger picture, though. You're talking about the bullshit. The battle between the sexes. In other words, you're talking about dick and pussy, dog. You're talking about dick and pussy. I mean, that's cool. Shit, I got one. You know what I'm saying? I just want you to know that's what you're talking about, though. But you may feel like you're kicking some intellectual shit. Dick and pussy, nigga. That's what the battle between the sexes is. Now it's a territory shit. Who's doing this? Who's doing that? Instead of understanding, yes, as a man you do lead. That's your function. Now, how do you come together? It's us coming together. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, to translate the toxic masculinity that's taking place in today's age, right here, right now, you have a lot of beta males who are looking to change women so they could fit. Instead of them being the fucking men, then fucking women should fit in their fucking agenda. Those are two different approaches. That's why I always know, and my dad used to tell me that you never argue with a girl, dog. And not just a girl, with a woman either. You never do that. You always speak with love to a woman because that's her language. That's how she understands shit. If you're saying women are emotional, why the fuck are you being logical with them? You are contradicting yourself. I can't speak Creole to you if you fucking American, nigga. You will not, I can, but you will not get me. And vice versa. If I didn't know what you were saying. that's why gender role, you have to understand how the feminine communicates and how the masculine communicate. They communicate differently. No one is better than the fucking other. Your logic is not, it's not enough. That's why motherfuckers have intuition. Intuition is something you may not know what the fuck's taking place, but you know. It's not logical. You don't see it. You know. Then now you could use your logic to figure the shit out. You need both. They complement each other. Now, if you're going to ask the question, because that's the base of you, that stupidity too. Which one's better, man? I know, but if you got to choose one, come on, man. Come on, stop it, nigga. You bullshitting. If you got to choose masculine and feminine, man, which one's better? That's what your talk shows are doing. Because they really saying, okay, this nigga's bullshitting, nigga. You know how we think. You know it's dick and pussy, nigga. Dick or pussy? Nigga, dick or pussy? That's when I'm like, wow, you got me. Nigga, you got me. Ain't no shame in my game. Not on this side. Shit, nigga, all day, every day. You got it. It's bullshit, man. That's that toxicity. So out of that toxicity now, you have, you gave birth to this whole fucking bullshit that you're looking at. The modern day, modern women shit. Then you have motherfuckers who are trying to kick sense to women who are emotional. They're trying to be logical with emotional bitches. It's a circus. That's what I see. Like, goddamn. Shit, these niggas, what? Nigga. And do you wonder why I smoke and drink and talk about this shit? Fuck out of here. Like, you got something serious you're talking about that. You gotta look serious, nigga. You ain't fooling me. Not this Haitian nigga here. I do what niggas do, nigga. Hey, Tupac said it best. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Why? Because that's what niggas do. Feel me? Nigga, I come from Haiti, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You don't get no more nigga than that. I breathe and smell niggas. You know what I'm saying? I walk nigga. I talk nigga, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Talk your slang, nigga. Be in your nigga shit. That's all Dr. Lila Africa was trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Big up to that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Nigga came through and gave me that little boost that I needed as I was going through my journey. So now you could see the connection in me being a spiritual healer and the work that this nigga was doing. I'm telling you, man, he gave me that thing. He worked me out like here. He gave me his blessing. Like, you know what, nigga? You know what I'm saying? That can't be two of us, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I did the work. Here you go, motherfucker. You go out there. You do what you got to do. I left you this. I left you that. I'm like, thank you, King. You know what I'm saying? We're going to add on to it. And that's all we're doing. Nothing but love, baby. You know what I'm saying? We working out here, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I tell you, you know what I'm saying? You tell them what you see over here. Tell, you know what I'm saying? A couple of people, I can't say their names because those are my people. You know what I'm saying? Tell them what you see. I know they see me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just playing hard to get. I'm flexing on them. You know what I'm saying? They love me. I love them too. I love them. All of them. My spirit guides, the ancestors. Listen, man. I love you. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Yo, it's like once you start connecting with these motherfuckers, oh my God, the love, it's like they're waiting for you to reach that level. And once you do, then they can start coming through, having fun with you, kicking it with you, Yo, this shit is beautiful. It's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm the spirit ambassador. Shit, I call myself l'esprit, which means spirit. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I had to say it the way I say it. Hmm. I'm just being dramatic. You know what I'm saying? That's all the time, baby. That's all the time. There's always a show. Every time shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So again, you know, I hope you could depict or see, you know, the foundation of that toxic masculinity and understand we all got to come together, baby. There's no war. There's no battle between the sexes. You know what I'm saying? And the more we understand that, that's why the law of gender, you have to understand it. You know what I'm saying? For my players, you know what I'm saying, you got to know how to communicate to the feminine energy, baby. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You can't be logical. What are you doing? There's always going to be, like, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? You know, that's why in my last recording, I said it too. You know what I'm saying? Niggas need to learn how to speak like pimps, man. Learn that pimpology game. You know what I'm saying? Because what that's telling you, it's not the part where you're using women. That's not what I'm advocating here at all. The part that I'm talking about here is understanding how to communicate with them. Because you can't communicate with them the way you communicate with another masculine energy. You can't. You see what I'm saying? And they are different from us. But if you're saying they're different, you got to approach them differently. How come we're not saying we need to approach them differently? I'm just saying, niggas. You know what I'm saying? But you're not saying that. I get it. Because you want them to fit you to change. And that's a sign of weakness, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? That's a little bit of bitch ass in you. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of bitch ass. You know what I'm saying? Let's call it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? We don't cry about hoes on this side, nigga. If you're saying she's a hoe, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing to talk about. What are you talking about? She's for the streets, then you're going to talk about what? You're going to talk about somebody who's for the streets. And I guess, okay, so you're showing what it's like to be for the streets? If that's what you're saying, okay. Hey, nigga, you got it. It's all you, baby. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying there's layers in this. Oh, there's definitely layers. You know what I'm saying? But when you really understand the dynamic of what you're dealing with, then you're going to approach it the way you should. You know, that's proper. You know what I'm saying? But then you see the niggas who are doing that too. Now, I'm walling. You know, I'm tripping. I think it's best for me to stop it there because nah, we're not gonna go there. But understand the law of gender, the feminine and the masculine must come together. You know what I'm saying? And when you start thinking that way, that will pretty much eliminate a lot of the competition issues. Do you see what I'm saying? I think, you know what I'm saying? I think it will be hard. That's why, you know, I don't know. Personally, I think for the looking at the current status and everything I just talked about in terms of even when you're getting your money, and then you may feel trapped because now you're still the feminine. Now you still need a leader. Now, unfortunately, now you are translating or looking at as a leader in a perspective of the white man too. Like, you know, I mean, the whole shit is based out of that, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? But now your definition of a leader may be somebody who has more money than you. You know what I'm saying? A guy, the leader, doesn't have to be that. Now, if you're saying I make more money than you, what are you gonna tell me? There we go, another issue here too. Like, are we saying having money automatically tells you that you're smarter than somebody else? You know what I'm saying? And I personally do not think it is the same. I think making money, for instance, I'll give you a perfect example. A lot of it depends too. That's why some people know, you know, it's how you're moving. You have motherfuckers that are trading that became millionaires, dog. You know what I'm saying? It's all a matter of what do you know? What are you doing? If you know something else, like just like I'm saying, like there's a lot of traders. When these niggas are talking about the trading shit, some of these niggas are very doing well. I do a little bit myself. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not here to talk about me though. I ain't no millionaire yet. You know what I'm saying? But hey, but you're looking at one though in the making. You know what I'm saying? But again, the money's not gonna define us either because we're already good. Like they say, money is beautiful to the wise. Money is pleasure. You're helping other people out. You're doing the things that you don't do. You don't identify yourself with it. But to the fucking to the knucklehead, man. You know what I'm saying? Money's his fucking master. Now that's what you use to identify yourself. That's why you'll see like the true niggas that got money, you know what I'm saying? They ain't got a floss, man. Why? Niggas are holding piles of money like fucking cellular phones and shit. Why, though? That's because you don't have it. Or if you do have it, cool. Hey, nigga, ain't no shame in my... Yo, get it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Talk to him. You know what I'm saying? Get your fucking man and talk to him. Or talk to her, whoever you talking to, nigga. Keep talking to him. You know what I'm saying? Or you talking to your money? Well, keep talking to it. But I gotta say, it's ironic to me to see, you know, like when you're looking at a guy like 50 Cent who's making a lot more money now, or you're looking at a guy Jay-Z who I guess allegedly they're saying is a billionaire, or maybe not allegedly, whatever the fuck it is, right? As a billionaire, and like this nigga's going dreads. You know, you don't see none of that shit on him. You see what I'm saying? There's a wisdom that comes with it. And even when you listen to that guy talking, you know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you, shit, nigga. Listen. Everybody sees what they see. Apparently, this nigga just won a case with, was it this rum company, Bacardi or whatever the fuck it was. You didn't see that nigga going on TV like, no shame, no, I'm not going at Kanye here. I'm just saying. They all move differently. But I study the game tapes. I look at both fucking reaction. No niggas talking about Jay-Z going like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Fuck Bacardi, nigga. This is what they did to me. None of that shit. This nigga just stood quiet. The shit, I only knew about this shit because, you know, I was on my fucking, was it YouTube I was on? You know, because I do a lot of my work because I'm working on the book too. So I do a lot of my work on my fucking computer and shit. So when I'm typing, or when I'm doing whatever the fuck I'm doing, sometimes when I take a break, right, and then, you know, I browse a little bit, that's when I stumble on that shit. I'm like, oh, shit. How come, you know what I'm saying? I think that shit was on Yahoo News. I don't know. I don't fucking remember. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, this nigga had that going on, like, but he's not, you don't see him on TV saying, fuck these niggas. You know what I'm saying? None of that shit. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Again, not to say one is better than the fucking other. I'm saying is I look at the whole side. I look at everything. Different strokes for different folks, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how it goes. But why the fuck was I even talking about that? Now, but I'm just showing you too, like how the spirit is being reflected in our reality. When money defines you, you don't know who you are. When you know who you are, having money, not having money, niggas Gucci. When you have money, that shit's your pleasure. It doesn't give you big heads. It doesn't make you say like that's why they tell you, you want to know somebody's character, give him power. The minute you give him power, then they're like, shit, I don't want to hear you. I don't want to talk to you. You shit, you trash. That's because they're missing something here. Do you see what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying to you? I think I'm gonna stop it there, man. Shit, almost 2 hours. But if you understand, pretty much, you know, the toxic masculinity. The toxic masculinity is also being inflicted in today's world. You be not. Oh well, I mean, it's a patriarchal, right? That's what we're saying. Then that's why women truly what they're really talking about, but they're not saying it correctly because of toxicity, and they don't know who they are. You're not in your power. That's why the feminist movement should be about feminine shit. Nigga, we raise kids. What the fuck are you talking about? You better acknowledge me, motherfucker. The fuck? You know what I'm saying? You may have motherfucking $1 trillion, dog. You're gonna need a bitch to spend that shit with. And I'm not speaking from that bitch ass perspective, or you know what I'm saying. It's you know what I'm saying. I'm just showing you the other side of you. That's what they are. That's why they compliment you. And guess what? You compliment her too. That's why she's seeking a leader in you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So now when you have Oprah who's representing that toxic masculinity through what she's calling, you know what I'm saying? Because understand this, the toxic masculinity is manifested in women and men too. It's not just women who are tapping into that toxic masculinity. A lot of that's what the patriarchal system is. The whole patriarchal system is based on that. How can you have a fucking think about it, man? How can you have a society without including women? Well, that's what they do in their Catholic Church. The priest, you suppress, and then guess what? These motherfuckers are fucking little boys. They always tell you that the quiet motherfucker, that's the one you should be afraid of. Those are the one who's fucking everybody. Because a nigga who cannot tell you, like the people that talk, like I could tell you so many stories, the shit I went through, the shit I had to learn. But if you're a motherfucker who cannot say anything you learn, oh, nigga, and then you quiet, you're a little perfect. You just told on yourself right there, nigga. You think people don't hear you. You know what I'm saying? But those who can see, I know. You know what I'm saying? That's why you know what I'm saying? They always tell you that too. You know what I'm saying? You better trust a motherfucker who's open. Who tells you, nigga, you know what I'm saying? But the nigga who wouldn't tell you anything, like they're perfect and everything, those are the nigga you gotta watch out for. Those are your fake niggas. You know what I'm saying? Isn't that funny? And here's the crazy shit. And I'm gonna close this on motherfucking Eddie Murphy. This nigga, listen, man, he was talking dirty. He was talking about America's dad. Meanwhile, who would be the American dad? He's the one at home taking care of his son. But he was being pretty much chastised by fucking Bill Cosby because he was cursing. Do you see the difference? That's why, like, I'm a live motherfucker. When I see motherfucker, you can't curse, you can't do none of that shit. I know what's in your closet. You know what I'm saying? It's always the motherfuckers. They don't smoke, they don't do none of that shit. I know what's in your closet, nigga. You know what I'm saying? They don't do drugs. Oh my God, this is too much. Let me just taste it. But that's it. I can't do much than that. Oh no. But you suck a whole community's dick. Oh yes. Now, just so you guys know, I'm a man, so it's gonna come from that perspective. All right, you change it however you want to put it. I'm not a sexist. That's how it comes to me. But and I hope you're able to go beyond what I'm saying, because what I'm truly saying here is like, when you're judging based on this certain bullshit, you're not looking at the bigger picture. Eddie Murphy said the best advice is to give you no fucking advice, nigga. Because God is guiding you. You have a mission. You do it the way you gotta do it. Now you tell me that's not some God talk. I don't know. To me it is. You know what I'm saying? To me it is. You know what I'm saying? Because your godhood has to materialize. And then now this motherfucker who was America's dad, now he's fucking all bitches and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yo, if you saw Raw, was it Raw or Delirious? I think it was Raw. This nigga said when Bill Cosby called him, he was excited to listen to the phone. Like, and I could see the shit too. Like, Bill Cosby called me? This nigga's like fucking excited. He's on a rise. He's doing himself. And then the man he admires that is doing his shit. Okay, that's beautiful. That's what you do. You know what I'm saying? That's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of fucking great content creators that I fucking love. Now, they don't do their shit like me. Some of them are very proper. I mean, I like that too. You know what I'm saying? They're not too niggerish. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a brother, you know what I'm saying? Like, even his tone, like, we're talking about knowledge and putting the words together and all that shit. Nigga, I love that shit. You know what I'm saying? But when it's time for me to do my shit, nigga, that's what you're gonna get. Even better in person, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So, I could see what Eddie Murphy was saying right there. You know what I'm saying? Then, like, this nigga, like, what? Nigga, I'm offended you call. Yo, this nigga was tapping in. You know what I'm saying? He was pretty much, I'm offended you call. Fuck you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That was his spirit too, man. I see the shit taking place. But anyway, we're saying all that to say, man, you know what I'm saying? Be your motherfucking self. Understand the masculine and the feminine comes together, baby. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I saw this article, I swear to God. This nigga said the universe is male. And then he went on to break down why the universe is like, think about it. The Kabbalion is telling you the law of gender, femininity, it's everywhere. And then this nigga's describing the world as a male. Like, wow. That was mind blowing. When I saw that shit, I'm like, wow, this shit's freaking me out. I needed to find out. And of course, man, it's a bunch of bullshit. And that's what being one-sided is. And that's also the foundation of what toxic masculinity is all about, is being one-sided. It's to, like, even in the European thinking, they tell you that. I think, therefore I am. What was that nigga named? Rousseau, because I study that shit. Shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because philosophy was my thing back in them days. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Had no shit with my game, nigga. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Because my dad was into metaphysics, and this nigga had a lot of books. That was my playground, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Those were the shit I was passionate about, man. I was reading that nigga's book. So we had a little, like, small library and shit. You know what I'm saying? This nigga was on it. He was getting his book back in them days, in fucking Canada, France, and all that shit. And of course, I mean, coming from Haiti, it was French and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how, you know what I'm saying, I started getting my looks. You know what I'm saying? But this nigga used to drop a lot of drills too. You know what I'm saying? So, big up that nigga, man. You know what I mean? So, Yeah, man. So understand, man. Like, so get in your African shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And we're talking about a balanced perspective. We're talking about embodying the masculine and the feminine energy and truly seeing things for what they are. Because once you do so, that's when you understand. And especially as the Kabbalion says, sex is a manifestation of gender. So when you manifest it, meaning I am a man, you're a woman, that's when you have to understand we come together. So you are that feminine energy, that little part of you. You are to experience that through her as she is to experience your masculinity. That's the yin and the yang. That's how she's nurturing you. You become her leader. But for you to do all that shit, to become in harmony with all of that, it's critical that you become in your masculinity. You got to be full-blown masculine. And understand, when you communicate with her in love, that doesn't take away your masculinity, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But it's just how you are translating the message to her so she gets it. For instance, you wouldn't talk about you want your girl to fucking lose weight. No, because that's not as being emotional. That's how the way she would look at it. Fuck health, none of that shit. You wouldn't use none of that shit. Fuck health, all that shit. She's emotional. She like, what the fuck are you doing by trying to explain to her, like, you know what I'm saying, she needs to be healthy? No. No, sir. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm telling you, man. Y'all gotta get on your pimp shit, nigga. You let that nigga know, hey, baby, you know what I'm saying, those jumpsuit, those workout pants, how much you love that on her. You know what I'm saying? And just let the, you know what I'm saying? And let her take care of it. Come on, man. And she's for you. Oh, come on, man. When a bitch is for you, she wants to please you, nigga. Do you understand what I'm saying? Here's another mistake that motherfuckers be doing too. And I did that in the past. That's how I learned about it. You know what I'm saying? A bitch would tell you, baby, which shoes do you want? You getting ready to go out with your bitch, right? So like, which one of the shoes you want me to choose? I mean, which one do you like? Oh, but yet you don't think what she's saying. You're not thinking about what she's asking you. You want to please her too, but nigga, she's here to please you. So now, let's just say, in your logical thinking, sensitive ass bitch, as I was at that time, and you might be that right now. Yeah, baby, you could choose anything. But that's not what she asked you. She already knows she could choose, nigga. You think if you weren't here, like if you met her at the fucking club, let's just say you met her at a club, she didn't have, who the fuck do you think would advise her what to dress, what not to dress? Come on, nigga. It's okay, hey, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn that too. You know what I'm saying? That's why a nigga, you never argue with a bitch. Or even trying to break shit down logically. For what? What you doing? You know? Now, in a situation like that, okay, young Bo, you know what I'm saying? Take notes. Now you can tell her, hey, baby, you know what? I love the black one. I want you to wear the black one. But if you somehow feel like you want to wear the red one, it's okay with me. You saying it this way, what you're doing is you let her know you acknowledge what you love. You acknowledge her. I mean, what at this point you're telling her, but differently, whichever one you wear is going to please me. But you're not saying it the way you said it before. You see, you're saying the same thing, but you're saying it in different language. That's why you got to be in your emotions to talk to your bitch. You got to talk to her in emotions. What are you doing, Hessa? What are you doing? Or are you just going to be logical? Oh my God, you don't understand. Okay, you said this 5 minutes ago, and then now 2 seconds later, she's emotional. That's what emotion do. They go up and down. That's why a bitch never lie to you, nigga. Yeah, that's how she feels a second ago. She feels different now. She goes with the flow. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're gonna fuck with this nigga, you gotta go with the flow. You gotta guide the flow. How do you lead the flow? How do you guide the flow? Well, you got okay. You know what I'm saying? She said no. Now you don't tell her, yo, nigga, you lying to me. Then you'll be fucking up her flow. Or the flow at this point. You know what I'm saying? Because if she fucked up in her way, you're gonna be fucked up too. In a way. Do you see what I'm saying? That's when you gotta play to win, baby. You know what I'm saying? You gotta check out the Patreon, man. Listen, I can't be casting them pearls like that. You know what I'm saying? So become a Patreon member. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Let's talk, man. Let's keep this conversation going. Haitien, Mali.